podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, adults and children of all ages, the Twisting Podcast is back in full effect to bring you the greatest podcast in the world. As one of the best duos since Ice Shinron and Omega Shinron and Heat Shinron, we bring you the 12-16 Podcast.
Oh, we are back. We are back with another episode of the 1216 podcast. Episode
59.
I don't even remember.
59.
59 for us, but I was talking about which episode of Kaiju it is. What is it? Six? Yeah, 6.
Goddamn
6,
devil.
And episode 3 for season 7 for My Hero, or episode 141, depending on what kind of. I only know because I got it pulled up so I can actually tell you for sure what they are. So yeah, 2 great episodes, in my opinion, for both shows.
Also,
you all know how I feel about My Hero, so you all know that rant is coming later on in the video, but we're gonna start it off with with this.
Before we get into it, did I let down?
No, hey, listen, man.
Was your mind fucking blown?
We're gonna get into it, y'all. Okay. But Kaiju, a really good episode, like we said last week. The alarm sounded at the very end of the episode, so we knew something crazy was gonna be going on in this week's episode. So they ended up going against like a big mushroom Honju. Yeah, mushroom Honju. That shit was pretty cool. It had like reproductive organs and all sorts, so it could produce. I forgot what the little ones are called, but it could produce the little
Jongus.
I don't know what they call. I know the Honjus are the big ones, but yeah, to produce the little basically the mini clones of itself. Kind of like
the Seraphins.
I don't even want to do this shit, but My Hero, the high ends and producing little, the
baby no moves.
Yeah, stuff like that. I'm sorry. We'll get into My Hero.
It had to happen already. Damn, that was quick.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry.
The crossover came quicker and quicker nowadays.
Hey, I'm sorry. This episode, I'm sorry. Yeah. But it was really good. So we got to see them go up against the Honju. We get multiple focuses of
Ichigawa, Kafka, K, all 3 of them, bro. Ichigawa, Kafka, and I'm gonna call her K because that's her name, and even Mina and the fucking vice captain. We see his fucking abilities now, bro. I might have to.
Hey, that smooth as hell, bro. Smooth. I didn't even see him pull him out. Like.
When the fuck did you move, dog?
Yeah, that was some cold shit.
To think that Kafka has to catch up to that, and he's just a vice captain.
Right. And then the fact that they talk about how she's cold with the weapons and power, for taking down the big ones, but he's cold with the small
close combat
ones because he's hand-to-hand combat. Hey, it's cold, man. Everybody gets that. For the higher ups, they get
their own special grade weapon,
tailor made to their abilities and whatnot. So that's pretty cool and an interesting tidbit that they dropped. Another real cool fact that they kind of talked about was I had her name.
K.
But the blonde hair girl.
Yeah, I'm just calling her K. I can't think of her fucking name. It always leaves me, but I know it starts with a K.
I was saying it all before we got on here and started recording this shit, and then I draw a fucking blank.
Hold on, because this gonna
be Kikaru.
Yes,
Kikaru Shinomiya. I knew it. I had it. I just drew a blank. I really did have it. It's Kikaru Shinomiya. We see that whichever one. But she's potentially going to be able to take like a captain type position, as well as Ren Ichikawa. Those are the only 2 who've shown the potential to move up. You know what I mean?
That boy Ren doing his thing.
I was gonna say, and we see during the battle how I don't know the red hair guy's name, but how he's teaming up with 3 other dudes to take down
the green hair dude.
Oh no, not them 2, but it was like 2 other background dudes. Now, 2 other background dudes, and they were teaming up to take down one of the mini ones. but Ichikawa was able to take it down by himself.
You did it all by yourself? He said, "Yeah, I'm using these new special bullets,
the freeze bullets. Yes, I like them. They slow down the target with every shot I take. I was like, hey,
it just uses more stamina, though. I think, right? I think it uses more of stamina, which is why he's fucking improving at the rate he's improving at.
Yeah, he's figuring it all out. Because what he says right after that is he's doing that so Kafka doesn't ever have to transform, into his kaiju form to protect somebody like he did 2 episodes ago.
Episode ago, when he protect Shinomiya. Hey, boy, I was gonna say Titan, his Titan form.
just funny as hell. Funny as hell. Yeah, it was just really a really well-rounded episode for me. You get to see everybody. Well, like 12 said, you get to see the green hair dude,
the pink hair,
it's like a prodigy, and then you get to see the military guy. Who those two are kind of competing against each other. It's almost like a Zoro and Sanji type of, you know what I mean, relationship between the two of them, trying to one up each other constantly. So it was cool to see them.
I got 6. What you got? Oh, I'm at 8.
Yeah. But he was like, what did he say? So, some of the bodies that I had worn down, and then you just finished them off.
Finished them off.
So that back and forth kind of relationship that they have.
Good banter.
The red hair guy, how he kind of talks about how he was in I forgot how long, maybe 5 years
since he was a kid, bro.
Technical school or something like that, trying to become better, and he doesn't. It's hard to imagine that he's getting outshined by Ichikawa, but it seems like he could potentially be
a vice captain,
prodigy, a prodigy, and move up through the ranks from what the vice captain said. So it's a really good episode.
Yeah, that's gonna be
I don't know if you want to get to the ending yet, or if there's some other stuff during the episode that you want to talk about.
No, for the most part, shit, you didn't hit everything up on there because
we get to see
off good.
We get to see Mina with that big ass gun.
Yeah, but that was towards the end. Yeah,
bro,
the middle end.
Shit was nuts.
The fact that she has to use that much physical power in her suit,
96%, bro. She can unlock 96% of the suit, bro. That's insane. But now you see
the
why
big ass blast. Oh, and shout out again to my boy Kafka, man, doing his thing as he always does, figuring out where the core is and how to actually do it. Yeah,
violence, but actually trying to figure out a way to take them down strategically.
And that's what he said too. Yeah, that's what he said. He was like,
any little way that I can help the defense force is a step forward to me standing by her side. So I respect that him, no matter what, continuing to push forward, trying to achieve his goal.
Especially because we started off with him falling down off the side of the building, and
everybody else
they tell us,
here we go.
We don't need your little 1%. Go ahead, take your ass off. So stay in the back.
Knocked back by the monster and shit. Yeah,
and hilarious. Then just like that, he showed his worth like immediately in the same fight.
I think she has a little Kikuru. I think she has a little crush on him.
Mm-hmm. She's like 16 though, so it was a little bit weird. I think because she's a young prodigy. She's a young prodigy.
Yeah, I think something like that.
But I know we know we seen her backstory already. She's doing this shit just because she wants to get the acceptance from her father. Father figure. Yeah.
Maybe more of a father figure because he's approving, and we saw her backstory.
Mm-hmm. And he's telling her over and over, I got your back. I'm going to take care of you.
No matter what, I'm not going to make you do it all by yourself.
Mm-hmm. I'm not your father, but I'm your father. And we ain't talking about I'm calling you daddy.
Big brother figure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But getting good, man. It's getting really good. The fact that she was able to fucking use that 96%, mean it was, and shoot off that much fucking concentrated energy.
How she was shooting it and then it was down. And she said, hey,
that's what you gotta do.
Give me the order to take the shot again. You know what I mean? After she did the 3 and they were like, all vital signs, it's not moving. Give me the order to take the shot. And she, I think she was really just trying to show off for Kafka.
Show him where he has to come to. You got to get to this level.
After that, yeah. So it goes. They kind of show that she remembers the promise that they both made as well. So it's both sided. You know what I mean? Even though she hasn't said anything to him,
she been smiling.
She still remembers, and she wants him to catch up and be there with her. So that's gonna be pretty cool to see, man.
I'm just trying to figure
when they have to see when he finally transforms, because
they will, especially her. And that's gonna be one of the things where it's like, well, shit, how can we use you?
I was gonna say now this goes to the ending. Maybe it comes into play next week with what we saw at the end.
With old boy sitting down, with old boy sitting down on the ground,
the dude
and we had a
previous episode that we saw,
and he was back.
The one who was talking, the one who was talking, that's him.
He had the shit on his fucking face, breaking out still had on his suit. They're like, what the fuck is this disposable unit doing here?
Now they gonna have to deal with him, and they still have the swarm coming in.
So it's gonna be interesting to see. Kafka gonna have to transform. He
gonna have to bust a move, bro.
I hope not next episode.
Because hopefully, Mina didn't overuse her shit by
what she just
doing those unnecessary blasts. You know what I mean? Because
show off.
They knew they most likely be able to take on the smaller ones, but you ain't know about this motherfucker, this talking motherfucker. So
this human size, I'm breaking out all over the side of my face though, but I'm about to fuck y'all up though real soon. Just give me a second.
Ready. You better be ready,
because
maybe it's gonna be like a 2-part thing or something like that.
I can see it. It's gonna be good.
To
I'm trying to see where the fuck this white tiger come into play again, bro. I want to see this white tiger back on the field. But there's no fucking way that you see this white tiger every episode, but the nigga is just sleeping or laying around. Nigga, go do some work, bro. At the beginning. Now we getting into it more. I want to see him on the battlefield. Every time Mina shows up, I need to see this white tiger on there.
I was gonna say most of the recent stuff wasn't really her fighting like this situation now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at least like ride the motherfucker to the destination. Like that's your means of transportation. You got this motherfucker trained, a white tiger trained.
She was on the roof. She just needed the gun. She didn't need the. You know what I mean? But at least for this episode, we'll see what happens going forward.
Yeah,
especially with the whatever we gonna call that. The talk. I just say
the other kaiju
for now.
Yeah, the kaiju number 9. I guess if we get into it,
number. I don't know. You know, that's not official. We don't actually know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, speculation.
All speculation. And it's gonna be good to see. It's gonna be really good to see. This shit heating up.
Yeah, that kind of I was talking to Bird when I was watching that shit. After watching it, because he hadn't watched it yet. And I was like, listen, the episode is good. You get a well-rounded, like we said, well-rounded version of all the characters. But the ending kind of made me like not forget about what I just watched, but it
overdid it. Yeah,
it overshadowed it. You know what I mean? It just made me want next week to come like right now, because it was like,
hey, it's gonna be some shit.
What comes next? You know what I mean? How crazy can this go before?
And he definitely killed them 2 people. There was them two people that walked up on his ass. They smoked. So the unknown kaiju, the 2 dudes who walking up, them niggas is gonna be dead.
That was Ichikawa and the redhead dude. They not gonna die.
No. That one did not walk up on him, was it? Oh wait.
Yeah.
I think about the two other randoms. Yes, there was them walked up on them. Yeah, man, this is
that's what I said. Yeah, which is fine, but
which goes to tell you,
they
like,
might have that damage or something like that. Especially the redhead dude, since Ichikawa is. You know what I mean? As we learned in the episode, he's kind of cold. So,
but that being done, though, he might fuck around and
tell him to run or something like that, get help while he tries to hold him off.
And Kafka might end up transforming to come do this.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Next episode, we might get him revealed, because the talking, he's too big of a threat. Not even just,
and he's reviving all of them.
Unknown threat. You saw what he did to Hikaru.
Fucked her up. Boom. Like fucked her up.
She's the top of their class. So,
and then on top of that,
to the rest of them,
the nigga is bringing back kaiju and honjus like it ain't nothing. Just bringing them back to life.
Yeah, bringing them
and
back,
they're even stronger. So
we
gotta do something to this nigga. I want to know like what his real power is,
and how many more of them are there. That's my real question.
I'm gonna go with about.
And does Kafka transforming into one of them have anything to do with
the
all these talking ones? Yeah,
because there was something that they said in an episode.
It's gonna be a bigger story involved to it. You know what I mean?
An episode.
You can't just get talking kaijus and not have a big reason behind that shit.
Yeah, of course. But fucking is this. which led me back to our first time talking about this, and it's the whole thing about fucking the good kaiju, bad kaiju. They're all out there just suppressing their powers, not knowing what to do, and civilizations of them probably living on that probably came up after that swarm had attack. That swarm from episode 1 that had blew up. And we got like some small little clip tits of it through this episode right here that we just fucking watched. And it was saying how like this thing showed up, that after it showed up, it was like little small particles going out everywhere. So probably a Honju that blew up that just fucking said, I'm gonna take over everything, like a miracle tree Honju. So I don't know. I'm hoping it goes out that way. It should be good to see.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm
definitely excited.
The speculations is real. It's a lot of shit going on through the mind, of course, right now. But next week needs to hurt because
I'm definitely excited to see.
Just like next week, a Windbreaker, which we'll get to one day.
I'm dead. Nah, facts after that past episode, that shit. Yeah. I told you that shit was good, man. That shit was.
Hey, that's a great backstory.
I told you that shit was so bro. That episode, out of all of them, that shit was so good.
Yeah, that shit hit. I mean, I do like the vice captain fight, him versus the other dude.
The previous fight, because you get backstory with that as well. So it's more than just a fight. You're emotionally invested in it, in the characters.
I was like, damn, bro.
But this past week,
that's some shit
over the top.
Sakura, you got some shit up to you. Honorable mention is of course Demon Slayer. Shit was decent. It was a good comeback episode.
Yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I like Tanjiro a bit more now. After this episode,
he's still
the whole pestering kind of
crybaby,
pestering Gyu to kind of he was following the master's orders and pestering him to kind of figure out what was going on internally with them to kind of get him to shape up, and he eventually ended up doing that. It was kind of Midoriya-esque with his whole
very much so. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. With the conversations he has, like with Todoroki, the conversation he had with Dabi during that fight and everything. So I have a bit more respect for him.
Hey man,
even though it kind of seemed like a weird way of doing it, how he was always following him around, but the humor of it,
it was there.
I enjoyed it.
Hey,
I enjoyed it. I'm not the biggest Demon Slayer fan, but did more respect for him.
Happy and Wind, them two Hashira niggas. Them niggas is different, bro. Niggas is different. Especially that Wind dude. That nigga pulled that sword out to get episode. Got the cutting the bitches up. And then the heavy nigga came behind him with that snake shit, fucking him up too. Man. That set the tone for the season. As we know, it's gonna be a trainer arc though. It's only 8 episodes, not meant to be a good storytelling anime in the first place, just all about action. So
yeah.
Should be good, but them niggas, we finna see the strongest Hashira of all the Hashira in this arc.
Yeah, that's that dude with like the crying and his fist are like that or praying or something like that.
The big dude, that nigga's a dog, but it's not him. I think it was somebody else in mine had told me about. Cause I talked to the nigga about it, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, nah, it's some shit we finna see." I think it's the nigga with the white hair.
Okay, with the scar on his face.
Yeah, I think it's him, or because I think because
that's Buddy's brother.
Yeah,
that's Buddy's brother with the gun.
So should we get to see? I'm ready for this.
Okay.
I'm ready for this. Don't care too much for it.
What I'm about to talk about now, but
exactly. You know how it is. Any more anime news for this week, bro? You think any anime news before we get into the finale of it? Other than, of course, yes, we're getting the fucking. You guys are probably all seeing it, but I'm excited as fuck about this shit. 100% excited because of
Zoro shit.
Of these. So yes, I am ready.
I saw the trailer for it.
We're getting a light novel for Zoro, and I am ready to see it and read it and go from there. So that's probably my big news break of the week is that light novel for Zoro coming out real fucking soon, and it's going to be amazing. Also, be on lookout for the anime called Hero X. I think that's going to be fall anime of the year type shit, bro. Not gonna lie. I was looking at the trailer for it and reading some of the synopsis.
That's the one where they like jump between different realities and all that kind of stuff.
And it's made by Bali, which is a great producer company that made ClickLink, and ClickLink is definitely one of those animes where it's like fuck it, like I enjoyed it a lot. Animation was good, story was good, action was good. So if you haven't seen it, check out ClickLink. Good as hell. Recommended to you by 12. But to get right into the finale, the My Hero, dun dun dun, suspenseful moments. Here we go, baby. So back to my question I first asked you earlier. Was your mind fucking blown?
It definitely was. It makes a lot more sense.
The connections.
Having watched it and rewatched it multiple times. The first thing that sticks out is, well, I think I'll start from the very, very beginning of the episode where it's All for One in the cave, with all of the villains and all that kind of stuff, and he's basically explaining to Dobby like, yeah, I know you want to go after Endeavor now, but you only have like one way of being able to fight him, and that's pretty much head on. But he has, the difference between them is All for One has multiple routes, multiple paths to get to the goal that he wants, and if one doesn't pan out the way he wants, he kind of discards it away. So that's a real huge hint for what's coming later on in the episode.
And we got the best meme ever. The nigga Shigaraki on the ground talking about, yeah!
I'm screaming and shit. I am dead.
That might be the funniest shit, bro. I replayed that about 100 times, bro. Just that part. He was on the ground. The sound he had made, yeah!
Says, yeah, we go from the cave, we go back to Class 1A. We see them continuing their training that they talked about at the end of last week's episode to prepare for the upcoming battle, to make sure they're ready to fight All for One and Shigaraki.
We see the whole class where they going crazy, bro.
Almost the whole classroom going crazy during the training. I didn't pick up on that until later after on, you seen it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, not everybody was there. So we have the training and all that, and then Kaminari is basically like, well, if the villains, both of them are damaged, injured, why don't we go for them now? And then Bakugo is basically like, there are 3 reasons. One, we can't find their exact location. Ever since, what was it? I think they said since All Might fought him. Since that, they haven't been able to find him. They just been able to find all the bases and all that kind of stuff that they had. He's been really good at hiding himself. 2, the fact that they don't know exactly how strong Shigaraki is going to be, because when he was fighting them, his body wasn't complete, and we saw the devastation and damage that he caused. So that's why they're training now, to make sure that they are, hopefully, the hope is that they will be ready to go up against them when the time is right.
Especially.
And the third one is the fact that All for One, he can start the fight on his terms at any time that he wants to, because he has Ragdoll's quirk, so he can find Midoriya instantly like that, because he can see him, as we saw in season 6 when he was using it on the battlefield. So,
and just following out who's all coming through.
The third one
is we'll come back to that one.
To play very important, and it could change everything for the hero. So after that, this is where things go off the fucking rails. Okay, we see Hagakure. So this is what we saw in the trailer. When I talked to last week's episode, when I talked to 12 about it, I was like, hey, listen, 12. When we saw this, I felt like this has something to do with whoever the traitor is, because we don't really see silhouetted figures like that, and especially in this situation, we know it's inside the UA barrier, essentially, because that's where all the students are.
The most we've seen this was probably in Midoriya's body, the silhouettes of his quirks. That's it.
Exactly.
And that was like, all right, cool. We get to see that coming apart.
Because we don't need to know exactly who they are at that point. That time will be revealed to us. You know what I mean? When it's time to get more into to heroes and all that, which we did later on when we found out. Now we've seen everybody who's inside of Midoriya.
Yeah.
So we see Hagakure standing there. We see the silhouetted figures. Now we're essentially just listening to what's going on, and we come to find out who the traitor is, and it's fucking
Aoyama, Mr. Tummy Hurts. And that goes way back to when we first seen when him bringing the cheese and the note, I know your secret.
It goes back even further for that. So for me, watching it so many times, it does click
when you see it again.
So when you watch season 1, after the whole conclusion of the battle and everything, when the villains break in, everybody's talking about what went down, what was going on, and Aoyama keeps butting into everybody's conversation, saying, "You know where I was, and then Sue asked, and then he was like, "It's a secret," you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just thinking it's his character. He's just like that, you know what I mean? I didn't really think anything of that shit.
Hey, I told you.
Turns out he's the one who,
fucking Mo
brought them there.
Goddamn Mo.
To the second part, when this is what 12 kind of talked about, in the forest. And season 3?
So the first was USJ. Now we got the forest,
where they
training with the Pussycat dolls,
going on with the Pussycats and everything. You see him hiding in the bushes and everything, but this is kind of, and what Midoriya also pointed out, this is kind of what made me not think it would be him, because he attacked Dabi to try and save Todoroki and Bakugo, which is really important, for later on when we get to
as well.
Yeah, that's really important. It's just, and then what 12 also talked about at the end of what I think it's around sometime in season 3 after the training and all that kind of stuff. I believe
once they got back from it,
the licensing exam, I believe. So where Aoyama, where he puts the cheese out there and he's like, I know, and then they have that whole kind of conversation about how his quirk wasn't his body quirk wasn't designed for his quirk and all that kind of stuff, and he got no bones in his foot, bro. I didn't think anything. Listen, I didn't think anything about that. I just thought maybe his body had to get more used to it with training and everything. I didn't even draw the parallel to him and Midoriya. How Midoriya's quirk, not the fact that he's quirkless, but the fact that
you have to adjust to it.
He has to adjust to his quirk, and that he was quirkless before. I didn't process any of that before, but when it's revealed that that's him, it's like, oh my god.
And it's weird though, because he gets tummy aches, and you would think that it goes 1-on-1. I use my power too much. My tummy aches. I don't know how to control it. All right, cool. You just don't know how to control your power then. But now your tummy aches because this isn't your power. You were given this power. And because it was given to you, you can't control it. Just like young Midoriya can only control 5%. Who knows?
Just
hey.
Just nuts.
I told you, bro. Going back to it, after watching it again and again and again, it's like, I can see this now because the nigga is never at any fights. You never are really around. You get very little screen time compared to the other ones because you're always hiding away. It's interesting.
Yeah, beforehand, I definitely didn't notice it. That's not something I would have picked up on.
It's not at all, bro. Not at all.
It's not. They do a good job of hiding it, but when it's revealed, it's like, oh, okay, this makes sense. The whole conversation with him and Midoriya, after the whole cheese and whatnot, and him saying, asking his parents why he was so different. I didn't think he was asking why he was so different because he didn't have a quirk. I thought he was asking why he was so different because his quirk didn't fit with his body. You know what I mean?
Which again is another parallel. That's like we should have saw those.
Kind of they basically hid all of that
in plain sight.
They did a really, really good job of doing that shit, bro. And it just blew me away. It blew me away.
We got to see Hagakure.
Really good job of it. Yeah, I was gonna say that gets more to later on. So Hagakure hears about all of this, all the whole backstory and everything.
She finds Midoriya,
finds Midoriya, brings him back. Midoriya tells him, I heard everything Hagakure said. about you all, blah, blah, blah. I know you the mole, all this kind of stuff. And then his parents is basically like trying to get him to run away, and he tries to shoot the beam. Hagakure bends it so it doesn't hurt
because she can reflect light.
Because we saw that in I want to say season 6.
Season 6,
had done the training and all that kind of stuff at with the pro heroes and everything. When I forgot exactly what it's called, but though it's like a work study or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So when they came back from the whole training and everything, we saw her do that shit in season 6. She comes and does
which
that
means
shit again.
Hey, she'll be able to fight Kizaru, bro.
I'm dead.
He can't touch her. Light doesn't affect her in no way.
I am dead. Yeah, so we get to see it. Like I said, we get to see her reflect the light, and it basically like shows the outline of her body, and then you actually get to see her face when she's kind of like
her hair is over and shit.
Crying and talking about like, dog, you've been living here amongst us this whole time, and you've basically like been sending villains in to kind of like take us out. Like, what have you been thinking? What's been going through your head this whole time?
People are dead because of you, bro.
Some of the decisions that you made hurt dead. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And to see really all of their faces, bro. Like, he was given the thing. Once you get back to the school, get young Midoriya by herself unsupervised. Let us know what's going on. But that's the good thing, because now, after getting captured and all that shit, we know that the heroes have the upper hand.
In this sense, yeah.
As long as Ayama keeps his ears closed and doesn't hear anything about the plans, One for All would never know.
Yeah.
This is good. This is good. That number 3, cross off the list. Now it's just 2 more we got to worry about.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So they finished the whole conversation and everything. Midoriya holds Black Whip to bring them, bind them up so they can't do anything, bring them back to the police. Back at UA, they, the whole class is in there, finds out that the mole is Aoyama.
They told the
principal,
get out real quick.
The principal's like, could you guys leave? And it's like, no, nigga, it's not a chance that we leave. This is our classmate. We need to know what's going on. Everybody's, kind of obviously in shock, like we are. Like, dude, why would you do this? All the stuff that we've been through as a class, why would you set us up and all this other kind of stuff to do it? And it's, not, I wouldn't say heartbreaking.
To the class, it is.
It kind of is.
Because it's like
you put your trust in him. You put your trust in everybody in the class. You think you all have each other's back, and looking out for each other, especially with all the stuff that they've been through, with all the fighting, the villains, everything. So
and for
him to do that, it's like, damn dog, that's come on, bro. What's going on? What was going through your head? But the way I look at it, I feel more so bad for him, because that wasn't his choice to do that. You know what I mean? It was forced on him. It was, but wasn't. He wanted to fit in. He wanted to fit in. He wanted a quirk, but he didn't go through all the lurking down.
No, that was his parents. His parents who did that.
They got the quirk. They got the ability, and they gave it to him, not knowing strings were attached to it to try and make him happy. I don't blame him one bit for that. I don't blame him. I more so blame
it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 in this decision, because of the fact is, again, the parents wouldn't be doing that if you couldn't just accept the fact that you were different.
That's easier said than done.
It is. That is easier said than done. 100%.
Nobody wants to be different. That's the whole.
That's the whole thing. His parents had no. I don't think his parents had a quirk either. They came from wealth.
They didn't reference whether they did or not.
They just came from wealth. They said,
I'm assuming that they would, because they weren't different from people in any other way. Like they said, they didn't have any wants for anything
because they always had money. So it was never an option for them to have any wants. You had wealth on your side.
I don't think that the fact that they had money doesn't mean that they didn't have quirks.
Unless their quirks are just fucking terrible. And there's something that nobody really cares about.
Regardless, it's still a quirk. You can still fit into normal society. You still have one. You like everybody else, regardless of how significant it is. He didn't have one, period. He wanted to fit in like everybody else, just like Midoriya. It's no different from him. But his mother didn't go out searching for following the rumors, following all for one. So like I said, I don't blame Aoyama one bit for any of the stuff that's going on. He didn't have a choice, because if he disobeyed, his parents would be killed. What would you do in that situation?
Of course, yeah, but
allow your parents to die.
But it's not like if you disobey, you get killed. Was a thing before. But
he didn't know he wouldn't be killed.
But that's the thing.
But his parents saw that they could be if they went to the police.
Yeah,
it's sealed. There's no way to
he started the whole thing. I need this inside me. Now the fear is struck aside there. Not saying that's something wrong with that. I know for 100% that everybody's to blame inside this part right here, especially because of the fact that especially with the fact that we know that young Midoriya just went through all of this shit, and the fact that he didn't have a quirk, we found out that his quirk was given to him. You could have at least, like, hey, between me and you, blah, 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 this, that. Cool. I get the storytelling behind it. I get that we had to build up to this situation. But at the same time, dog, come on now. He has some blame to that as well. Even though you can't do shit about it, you still have to take some blame for that. It's still some accountability up on your part. If there's no accountability up on Yama's part, bro, then the system is fucked. Because he has blame with for me, he has blame inside there. Okay. And I'm holding down for that 100% because the nigga, nonetheless, you tried to, you hear everything from people. You did your best to deceive and lie. Sure, you had no choice after the quirk was given to you, but your parents never went out and got a quirk. If you would have just been, just okay with just having just not a quirk, which nobody wants to be. Yes, which nobody wants to do. Everybody wants to have a quirk. You want to fit into that. You don't want to be that 20%. You want to be that 80% of the population. I get it, but dog, they wouldn't have went through this shit if it wasn't for you in the first place. So at the end of the day,
agree with that because he even goes as far on to say, I think they wanted me to have it more than I wanted it myself. He says that in the episode, so you can go back.
He does. He does say that. No, he does say that.
Yeah, I'm not blaming him for this at all.
He still get blamed in my book for this shit, bro. For things that transpired afterwards, he still gets blamed for this inside my book for this, but. At the end of the day, he has it. We'll deal with it when we deal with it. It's an advantage for UA and the heroes. Even with Stars and Stripe out of commission and One for All and All Might, of course, quirkless. It's still a heads up. I say it's a win for the heroes because now we could put inside the play like, hey. We don't have to tell them what we're doing, but we could tell them that we're going to go attack this place or, jump into this place right here after them and ambush all One for All. So it's a good thing now. It plays out into a better perspective, but that nigga still, in my book, he's taking some type of blame for it.
Yeah, it plays out perfectly after all of that. You find out that the parents have been in contact with them. They get in contact with them anytime that they want him to do.
Anytime he wants them to do them something.
Yeah.
He contacts them.
Yeah. Anytime he wants them to do something. So he finds out All Might is going to be a teacher at UA. He has him enroll in UA. He finds out, he wants to know when all the students and everything are going to be unsupervised so he can go in, which is where we get the USJ attack. He wants to know the location of the training camp, which is
the Pussycat Dolls.
How we get to that. And then he also, when we gets Midoriya back to UA, he wants him to get him alone at some point and then signal to him. That's when essentially they're like, now we can flip the script. We have an advantage on our side. Since he hasn't blown up like Lady Nagant, at least as of right now.
Yeah.
And there's no way for him to have known that the plan has essentially failed, that they found out about Aoyama, they can essentially use him to their advantage. How they talked about for the third step essentially was they can get the battle started on their terms by essentially using him and Midoriya to, I'm guessing, like go somewhere, shoot a beam, but have some kind of plan so that they can exactly have some kind of
setup
plan
for the setup.
Heroes can, so that the heroes can basically come in and ambush them, and that's how we get to the fight at some point this season. So
now the thing with that, what I had, the question, the main question I had is they have them corkless bullets still, right? Where these bullets take a cork away from you that was built from the Yakuza.
I was gonna say, I don't know, who are you talking about?
The police still have them.
Oh, I don't know how many. No, they don't have any of them, because remember,
they taking it for evidence, didn't they?
From where?
When they were on the expressway.
That Chizuki's
take them back. Yeah. So, but ultimately,
and I don't even know how many they have left, because in season 6 he destroyed essentially most of them.
Yeah,
because he only used one on Eraser, so I don't know if he had any more of them left.
It was Eraser and Lemillion. Because Lemillion got shot by also, right?
Lemillion got shot by Chizuki's.
Yeah.
Sidekick.
Yeah. But those bullets ultimately, like, my whole thing is, if Aoyama got shot with that bullet, will he lose his quirk? Of course, but with that quirk being lost, would that lose connection with All For One?
I don't know,
because at that, essentially, like, if he were to get shot by accident, like, does that cut the connection off? Like, how would that go? Like, I think that's my only question that I had through it, because there was a way around it. Like, you don't have to go through this no more. We have two options now. Either one, we can use you to get to them in a backdoor-ish type situation, or two, we can make you back corkless.
I have no clue.
That'd be interesting to see, though, man. The things we go. This is probably as far as I got when it came to I'm probably a little bit farther in the chapter, just a little bit smidgen more, probably like an episode or two more. But I'm letting the season just play out for the rest of the season, bro. This shit's good.
Yeah, no,
especially Todoroki.
Definitely blew my mind.
Todoroki sitting there with both sides, getting stronger and stronger.
I'm dead.
About to go get that nigga Midoriya Afro. We had Afro Midoriya for a little while.
Yeah, with the cluster explosion. Yeah, it was a good episode, man. A good episode. The long running question that I had for the longest, ever since they kind of broached the topic with the teachers and everything. When President Mike brought it up, I forgot what season it was, but when he brought it up, ever since that moment, I was like, yeah, we gonna have to find out who it is at some point. So, and even after the what was it, All Might and the principal, they were talking to, I think, the police force, and they're talking about basically, we don't think anybody's a mole, not one of our students, not one of the teachers, this and that. I'm like, no, something still ain't right, and we gonna find out who it is. And we finally found out who it is and why they did it. So it was just like huge reveal, man. And game changing for the war going forward.
Especially for this next week, getting preparations and set
up, yeah.
Try to get the ambush.
Aizawa up on the screen and everything, and everybody together still in the room after that. So a lot of prep work to go forward to prep work that's obviously gonna fall to shambles, and they're gonna have to improvise on the fly. But
should be good.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, the trailers look good for the season, so I'm definitely excited.
That nigga All For One told Dobby, "You have no friends."
I'm dead. Yeah.
Nigga, the difference between me and you got no friends. I got tons of friends.
Right. He said, "Ain't that a bad thing?" No, I just cut the motherfuckers off. When I don't need them, when they useless to me, bye. So.
Oh man, that nigga.
All in all, 2 good episodes, man. 2 really good episodes.
Are you counting Demon Slayer also?
Yeah, I mean, it was all right.
It's a good week for anime, man. Good week for anime for sure. All around. And they're doing justice with the One Piece adaptations. They're doing justice with these shits, bro.
Honestly, I haven't even seen this week's episode.
This shit looks beautiful.
No, man.
I love it. I'm loving the action. We're getting to it.
No.
But that'll wrap us up, man. That'll wrap us up.
Yeah, like I said, with both shows, really, really excited for next week. Excited for Kaiju to see what comes with this talking Kaiju, what goes on with this battle, since we're still, in the midst of that.
If he transformed next episode, bro, I'm losing my shit, bro. I'm losing my shit. Because it's going to be up.
Yeah, I feel like it could be, this week's episode, the next week's episode, and maybe
the
even
week after.
The week after that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So little mini arc in there, with the, what would they say, the mushroom Honju invasion arc or something like that. You know what I mean? Something real quick. But I'm really excited.
That's off the dome. That's a 16 production trademark.
You feel me? Yeah, you feel me? You're made by your very own, off the dome, like 12 said. And then for My Hero, of course, not sure that it's going to be any fighting, which I'm okay with. I feel like it's going to be more the preparation to get ready for the fight that's coming, with finding out Aoyama's the mole and everything, and how we're going to use that to our advantage towards this fight against Shigaraki, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited.
Man, it's going good. It's fucked up, bro, that the anime is going to be almost caught up to the manga once the season's over with, bro.
Oh, man.
Like, literally, like, probably like a few chapters behind, like a couple, not a few, but probably like 10, 25 chapters behind, most likely.
We'll see. See what happens.
This shit is good, bro. RP later.
We got the movie that's supposed to be coming out later on this year as well. So.
Oh yeah, that is true. We're all about that shit. And that's
I haven't seen a trailer for it, but I'm excited for it to come out. The second movie is still my favorite though. So.
That's not the Bird movie, is it?
Bird movie.
You talking about My Hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember the kid with the bird? Just fun around. He had that cork. He had the fucking bird on his shoulder.
Oh, yeah, that's
that movie. What's the second one? When
Bakugo, at least like when Bakugo got it.
When he got the yeah. Hey, he snapped on that shit. Which is still weird as fuck to me, bro. Like, how did it just went away because he wasn't transferring
it over? They basically
over?
said it chose to stay with Midoriya. That was their whole explanation.
That's such a shit explanation, bro.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but it's not. They aren't really canon, so.
I know, but still, come on now. That's a shit explanation.
I'm not. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't really care. I just was hyped to see them fucking fight with that shit together.
Man.
Whatever you have to do to explain it, to what the hand waving, whatever you got to do to explain over that to make it work, I'm fine with it because that shit. Oh my god,
it worked. It worked with the action. Beautiful. It worked. That was that. That movie is up there, of course, with that Black Clover movie we got.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
That movie to this day, that movie is still fucking beautiful, bro. From start to finish, that movie is fucking amazing.
They need to fucking come back with that shit, man. I was really hoping that was gonna
get some more news
signal, that coming back with everybody watching it and whatnot. So
it is trending again,
rumors and whatnot, yeah.
So man,
it might come back, hopefully. So we'll see.
Fingers crossed, man. Hopefully we don't see Zoro on JJK's new season.
I'm dead.
Like the end of the video you sent me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know exactly what you were talking about when you said that.
I love the internet weebs.
Man, facts.
Take us home.
Take us home. Hilarious. Man. Like we say all the time, we appreciate you for making it to this point in the video, whether you have watched it or just let it play. It really helps out the video, really helps out the channel. If you did watch it, if you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to subscribe to the 1216 podcast to see everything that we drop, hit that subscribe button. If you want to see everything we drop every time it comes out immediately, hit that notification bell. You get alerted for whatever we drop, whether I'm dropping something, 12's dropping something, we drop something together like the podcast today. Hit that notification bell, and we will see you on the next one.
Oh, wait, I tried to mirror you.
Now I figured it.